Hi everybody, this is Hannah Drasky, and my parents are getting divorced. So for my J231 project, I decided to interview some of my peers who've gone through similar situations. I asked them some of the questions that I've been throwing around, and their responses really helped me. So please enjoy and let me know what you think in the comments.
I was in 8th grade, so I was 13.
Okay.
I live with my mom and my stepdad, and we have 6 siblings.
I was 12 years old. My mom had custody of me, so I lived with her.
Okay, how often did you get to see your dad?
Custody was every other weekend.
I was like 11 or 12. I lived with both my parents because they both lived in the same town.
I was 12 when my parents got divorced. I lived with both of my parents immediately after the separation. My dad's house more than my mom's. He was closer to our school.
The worst part was because I'm not naming a parent, but one will kind of talk about the other one, so you get on their side. So you're kind of torn between like who's right and who's wrong,
Okay.
and like why the divorce happened.
Yeah, I definitely did. I kind of started to see them more as people and less as, the perfect parent, role model type of person who doesn't make any mistakes. I kind of started realizing that my parents are people and they make mistakes and they have to live life just like everyone else.
Probably when I was younger. I mean, because I'd never seen them like yell a lot, and that's kind of like what was happening towards the end, and like divorce was yelling.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I guess, it doesn't really affect me now, but definitely when I was younger, it was different.
No, not necessarily. My mom moved in with another man that she was friends with recently after that. Um, so there was actually like always another male substitute in my mom's house. In my dad's house, he stayed single for a long time, and it it was fine because once they split up, my sister and I knew, why, and we because they had explained to us their reasons. So it was fine. They were just in separate houses.
Um, I think one of the main things would probably be I didn't get to spend as much time with my dad as I would have liked. Um, so in that sense, maybe, but I've definitely made up for it now. So
Surprisingly, it probably didn't affect me a whole lot because they lived and still do live like 3 miles apart, and our entire families both live in the same town too. And so, at the very beginning, it was a little rough, but as the years went on, it's pretty like, it's really nice. Like everyone's friends and gets along and goes to birthday parties and stuff.
What was the rough stuff in the beginning?
Just like, I guess the beginning, like getting divorced, and then my mom's parents and like my aunts and uncles on her side and my dad on my dad's side, like didn't get along. Like it was just awkward from splitting up, I guess.
Yes, and the reasons are because um, once my dad got remarried, he kind of stopped communication. Um, I found out about the marriage in the paper from a neighbor, read it, that it had happened. No family was invited on either side, and um, we never really met the woman, and so that right there started an immediate downhill, trend of communication. Um, I think by the time I was 15 or 16, and my sister she's 4 years younger than me, and so as soon as she started to realize that she didn't like Lisa that much, she spoke out about it, and my dad didn't like it. So that definitely affected the way because he reacted in such a negative manner to her response to his wedding, even though we found out about it in a really cool manner. Um, um, what it did there is put a bad taste on because everything was going fine until
it's definitely made me more aware of how easy it is to fall apart in a relationship, and kind of um, made me realize that not relationships aren't picture perfect, and no matter how much they you think that they are, there always can be um, things that can kind of screw stuff up.
Maybe I might. I still like want to get married. Like it didn't change me that way, but I don't know. I guess not really. I mean, I guess just sometimes it doesn't work out, but it didn't make me like not want to get married.
I think so. Um, it changed. It changed for the better because I saw lots of examples. Um, Once he started to get remarried, about things not to do. Um,
Mm.
um, I saw lots of examples of what not to do, but also because my mom already had a healthy relationship um, with Eric, um, there was another really positive example. They live in a union, um, not a legal marriage. So um, it's a really great example actually of how two people can still live together and love one another, um, and have an openness towards the things that they do, but at the same time it's a little bit ambiguous for what U.S. culture is used to. They like marriage. Um, so now I've seen both sides, and so I do have a pretty broad perspective. I definitely say that.